Today I want to speak about motivation, why it's difficult to take action when we feel unmotivated, and what are some reasons why I feel unmotivated, and what can be done in order to overcome these obstacles and to start taking action no matter how we feel, no matter what our circumstances. Oftentimes people notice that it's difficult to take action whenever their goals are too big and they feel overwhelming, and according to statistics, mostly people procrastinate because of difficulties in emotional regulation. When there is an uncertainty or if the task is too challenging, we have some uncomfortable feelings such as anxiety, fear, and therefore our brains tend to perceive this uncertainty as a threat, and oftentimes it's easier to avoid the task or to procrastinate. So in order to be able to overcome these challenges, we need to learn skills or remember skills and resources that we already have in order to manage these emotions and to take action despite uncomfortable feelings. According to research, the healing starts faster with people who experience depression and burnout at times when they start taking action no matter how they feel. And according to this research, people start feeling more motivated, or their mood changes, improves even when they take action during times when they feel unmotivated or unwilling. For instance, maybe you have already noticed that sometimes when you go for a walk, even without wanting to go to a walk, you notice that your mood is changing. It's because of chemicals that are produced in our brain, and if you can convince yourself to do a task for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, generally the urge to procrastinate decreases and you can better focus on your work. So in that sense, oftentimes feelings follow behavior. And what are you generally doing when you don't feel like doing things, when you are not motivated? Probably you might be procrastinating, avoiding things, and what you would like to do instead. There are some questions that people are asking me what I can do in order to start doing things or to stay disciplined even when I don't have motivation. There is no one common solution for everyone, and however, there are some questions that you can ask yourself that might give you some insights on how you can overcome this challenge. For instance, imagine if you already could take action even during times when you feel unmotivated, what would be different? What difference would it create in your life, in your career, in your success, in the way you are interacting with people, and what difference would it make for other people who are around you, and what might be different? Thinking about it, how you might feel after being able to take action even during times when you feel unmotivated, and what changes you would notice in yourself can help you to become motivated actually and to take action even during times when you feel unmotivated. And what were some instances where you could overcome these challenges and you could take action even despite uncomfortable internal experiences, and what helped you to do this? What was there about you? Which resources you used? What was different about your environment, about people who were surrounding you? What helped you to overcome these fears, these anxieties? So once you start to answer these questions, you can find a lot of insights and resources that you can use for approaching your goals. Some people are asking why our brains are designed in this way, and is there anything wrong with me if it's difficult for me to start the task? There is nothing wrong with you. This is just how human brain is designed, and you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with your brain. It's just when tasks are include a lot of uncertainty or need a lot of effort, our brain perceives it as a threat, and our brains are taking it into an energy saving mode. Therefore, it's trying to generate a lot of ideas that might help to avoid this work. And therefore, dividing your task into smaller pieces, making more detailed plans, and making the tasks as simple as possible, giving frequent breaks, thinking about a reward, or combining your work with something that you can enjoy. For instance, maybe it will be easier for you to become motivated while you are listening to music or while you are in different environments. So combining this joy with challenging tasks or thinking about reward can help to get motivated and to inspire you to take action. Another reason why this urge to procrastinate can be driven because of perfectionism. People who want to do everything perfectly might be feeling anxious about making mistakes, and therefore this all or nothing thinking is being activated, and it's easier to avoid the task rather than facing the anxiety of making a mistake. However, when we avoid the task or when we procrastinate, anxiety is increasing, and therefore people might start to self-doubt themselves after a certain time while they were procrastinating. Therefore, in the long run, avoiding things or procrastinating is not useful for us. So looking at a bigger picture, looking and thinking about why we want to do certain things can help us to be more willing to embrace uncomfortable feelings and to take action to come out of your comfort zone and to bear this anxiety. And oftentimes, as I already mentioned, once you start the task and convince yourself to do it for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes, it's much easier to stay focused, and this urge to procrastinate is disappearing. And when we consider lives of successful people, we notice the common patterns in their studying style and working style, and most of them, they would say that they started doing things or they continued to do things even when they didn't feel motivated, and that's one of the reasons of being successful. And another strategy that might help you in order to decrease procrastination, to stay disciplined and to act despite feeling unmotivated, is arranging your environment. For instance, if you want to read more, you can leave more books in front of you or in your house, or you can make it easier for you to start the task. For instance, preparing everything that you need to do, making a detailed plan, arranging everything that you need can help to make it easier for you to start, because your brain will not be using so much energy and will not try to decide. For instance, many people are wearing, famous people are wearing the same clothes every day because they know that how the brain works, and generally in the mornings you can take more decisions and make more efforts. However, in the evenings you will notice that you will feel more tired, and it's not because of physical exhaustion. It's generally happening because of mental exhaustion, because during the day we need to decide about so many things and we are being distracted. We have a lot of mental overload. Therefore, successful people decide to plan their day. What are they going to wear, what are they going to eat, and when they are going to do their work and study before their day starts. Therefore, increasing this decision-making efforts can help you to do more work and to be more motivated, because deciding everything in advance and arranging everything would help to decrease this resistance and procrastination, urge to procrastinate. So what are generally some patterns that you are encountering, and what are some tasks or things that you are procrastinating and what you would like to do even if you don't feel motivated. And what difference would it create for you if you could do those things? And when your brain resists starting, what is it trying to protect you from? Asking yourself these questions can help to decrease anxiety. Understanding yourself, approaching to yourself with more kindness, compassion, can help to start doing things. Because imagine when you are being self-critical and harsh with yourself and constantly criticizing yourself, it's more difficult to take action. You are more stuck in this cycle of self-blame, whereas at times when we can approach ourselves with compassion and kindness, it's easier to change, to take action, to do things. For instance, when was the time when you felt this discomfort but acted and stayed disciplined anyway? And what was different during those times? How did you do that? What helped you to do that? Which resources did you use during those times? And which personal resources helped you to move forward anyway? And if your brain could trust your to handle discomfort, what would be different in your life, and what it allow you to start today? So, and also imagining about, like, speaking about it, how we are doing it in therapy, like what barriers you have and what might help you to overcome, how you are going to overcome. When we are asking this kind of questions, brain already starts to imagine how you can start taking action even when you don't feel motivated. Many marathon runners generally use this strategy of just putting their shoes, and once the shoes are put, it's already easier to take the marathon and to run. So how it would look like if you could wait for these 5 minutes and not to procrastinate? What would be the first signs that you are resisting this emotional discomfort and taking the first action? Imagine, try to think about a situation that you were constantly avoiding or recently avoiding, and that you would like to try even when you don't feel motivated. And try to ask yourself how it would look like if you could resist this urge to procrastinate. What would be different, how you would feel once you are able to start and able to do things even when you don't feel motivated. And another interesting facts about research and about motivation is that oftentimes the change and habits are more long-lasting when they are based on identity. For instance, imagine if you set a goal and you say that I'm going to work out today. This would be a goal based on a not lasting change, but like short time change. And however, when you set the goal that it is based on your identity, for instance, if you would say that I will be a person who will be constantly working out, I will be like an athlete, then your goals and your change is based on long-lasting transformation on identity, and therefore it will be easier for you to sustain this transformation, because your brain will automatically set goals for long-lasting change, for identity change. Therefore, linking your goals and desired outcome into your identity, for instance, when you will be having a diet and when you will be eating a healthy food, which version of you would you see there? And when you think about your identity and version of you that you want to become, also this might help you to increase motivation and to be more willing to embrace uncertainty, to embrace discomfort. And that's generally what we are doing in the therapies, asking people questions about identities, which version of them they would like to see once the desired outcome is present. That is making them to feel more willing to take action and to inspire them. So asking yourself which version of you would you be able to see once your desired outcome is present, might also help you to stay motivated, to get motivated, and to take steps even when you don't feel motivated. So when we are thinking about a task or a work or assignment that you were procrastinating and that you would like to do even when you don't feel motivated, we are also asking very detailed questions on how the person is going to achieve this goal or this outcome. For instance, if you want to develop a new habit, when and where is it going to happen exactly? Because oftentimes we notice that successful people are working and doing what they need to do even when they don't feel like, and they trust their calendar, not their feelings. So describing this detailed change and deciding when and with whom and where you are going to do these things, and prioritizing what's the most important, making detailed plans can also give you some insights on how you can take action even when you don't feel motivated. For instance, if your calendar was reflecting your priorities, what would appear in your calendar consistently? When has scheduling something increased your follow-up through? And what support or structure would make consistency easier? And what small specific commitment you are willing to schedule this week? So answering yourself these questions, making plans, and thinking about possible barriers and how you can overcome them can also decrease procrastination and help you to stay motivated. I hope this video was helpful for you, useful for you, and please don't forget to share your experiences if you have tried answering these questions and using these strategies in your daily life, in your challenges with motivation. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I hope this video on time was useful for you, and hope to see you in the other next videos.